wait to go exploring tomorrow. Join us for our last voyage in Greece. We made it just before sundown. That was a really close one, maybe a little too close for comfort. We did not love coming in here with such little daylight. This was a bit of a hard anchorage here in Paxos. There is a lot of seagrass covering the floor and some rock, and finding those sandy spots is a bit like finding a needle in a haystack. We were able to grab one, luckily. I am so excited to be here. This is spectacular. It's just like out of a storybook. What do you think, Kat?
I mean, the rocks are fake, out of a sci-fi movie set.
No, I know. This is stunning. Can't wait to go exploring tomorrow.
You may have noticed that lately you've been seeing a lot less boat maintenance and more exploring. That's not just a function of what we're choosing to film. Oftentimes sailing channels highlight boat issues because they're an interesting story to tell, and after all, it's a channel about living on a boat. And believe me, there are plenty of challenges. Running an off-grid home that lives in saltwater isn't easy. Still, and I know I'm tempting fate with what I'm about to say, after a while you get into a rhythm and running the boat takes less time. There are a number of reasons for this. There's an initial learning curve where you're doing more harm than good. This is where it's tempting to get professional help. And sometimes that's necessary, but there's no better way than to learn by doing. Even if you break 2 things for every one you fix. There's also usually an initial setup period to get the boat running the way you want it. And then there's a breaking in period, especially for a new boat or for a boat that's been sitting on the dock for a long time. Boats like to be used, and after a while, you get into a groove. You become more adept at identifying and rectifying the issue, or sometimes just putting an acceptable patch in place until you get someplace where you have the resources to do a proper fix. So if you're someone who's on the dock with a list of boat projects that seems to just be getting longer and it feels like you'll never get out there, stay patient, it'll happen. And don't let perfect get in the way of good. There's always a list of boat to-dos. Get the critical ones done, and then work on the rest along the way.
This is so cool, I love it here.
After 3 beautiful days in the storybook anchorage in northwest Paxos, where we explored secluded beaches, paddleboarded through tiny coves, did some treasure hunting, and felt like we were the first people to ever walk on those white stone beaches. We felt a bit like pirates at times, coming upon skeletal bones, and just enjoyed the sound of the gulls laughing at us as we frolicked and played. Unfortunately, last night the swell came in and overtook the wind, and things got a bit rolly. So we are heading out of the bay today and going around the corner to what I've heard are some gin clear waters. Let's go find out. Oh no. Nate, turn off the engine! Nate, starboard, off! Well, and chaos can come upon you just like that. Blithely sailing along the coast here on a very short sail around the corner, and we nearly fouled one of our props. I think it was some sort of fisherman's crab pot or something tied there, but luckily no harm, no foul, and on we go. Rumors about the beauty of the water on this side of the island were not far off. It is gorgeous and it is crowded. So we've decided to leave the water behind and hit to the trails. We're gonna go explore the island of Paxos.
Look at all of this Queen Anne's lace.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. One of my favorite flowers.
She hates the hat.
I do hate that hat. But what can I say?
She says a lot.
I love the captain, hate the hat. So we've just hiked, what, for like 10 minutes up this beautiful hillside, and we are a world away from the chaos that was down in the bay below. And our path narrows.
So it just gives you just a little taste of the land before roads and automobiles. This path has gotten about 1.5 meters, 4 feet wide. So cool. Just the old school walking. Different time, different life.
The amount of energy that went into building these old stone walls is incredible. They line the entire path or road, and are what they use for the terraces, and they just zigzag all over this island. It's pretty incredible.
They look so small, and it always seems so amazing and intimidating to me. Like, that's us. We go out there.
Yeah, and we go way out there sometimes.
Right, way out there, and I don't feel that way at all when I'm on the boat on the water, like even a little bit, no matter where I am.
That's so true. Like, your little human brain can't really comprehend the remoteness. We feel secure when we're at home on Scout, and so we feel secure on her even when we're thousands of miles from anywhere.
Right, versus if I saw a satellite image of us in the middle of an ocean and then it just zoomed out and out and out and out and out and out, that would be pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
But not when you're there.
Nope. Not when you got a good trustworthy boat and a trustworthy captain.
That's right. Up to this point.
Well, I found the gin clear water. This is exactly like the Bahamas. Spectacular. And even the anchorage looks like the Bahamas. Crowded. But I'll take it. It is spring, and the flowers are blooming, and the birds are singing, and they all have nests with little tiny babies in them. The seagull babies are so cute. I've never seen them before, but they are these tiny little gray fuzz balls with polka dotted heads. And honestly, I've never been a huge fan of seagulls, but they've kind of stolen my heart. They're so cute. And the mamas and papas are doing a great job. There's sentinels all over the place, sounding the alert when the lonely paddleboarder gets too close to shore or is taking too long of a look at the little ones. Yes, I'm guilty. But good job, Mom and Dad. You're doing a great job. And your babies are awfully cute. A lot about cruising is finding your bliss. And for me, this is it. Floating in turquoise, crystal clear waters with a gorgeous natural backdrop. Just taking it slow. Yeah, this is me, blissing out. That's not a bad view to wake up to. We are motoring through the most beautiful color of water right now. It's like a sky blue. We don't know what's causing this light color, if it's just a sandy bottom. We are in very deep water. Our depth sensors are not registering, but it is gorgeous. a buzz. Woo! Very cool. Where's Kyron? What do you think, bud? Did you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, huh? You know what kind of planes they were?
Yeah.
What kind were they? I want to know.
F4s.
F4s? Woo, F4s from apparently the Greek military. Just buzzed us. Super low, super cool.
That was cool.
That was really cool.
I can't believe we're in Corfu.
I know, it's crazy. I actually never thought we would come here, and as fate would have it, here we are.
So when you come into a big crowded anchorage like this, it can be super intimidating unless you've sailed 3/4 of the way around the world, living on the hook the whole time, and then you get a spot like that.
Look at that anchor job, folks. His first mate might have
Question me.
been a bit skeptical,
Question me
but
every
he
turn.
nailed it, folks. There she is, standing proud. So reminiscent of the laneways in Melbourne and the old town streets in Cartagena. It feels like somehow we've been here before, and yet everything is new and exciting. So this anchorage in Corfu is awesome. We are anchored right in the shadow of this ancient fortress, super cool, right behind us. We've got a beautiful cityscape here, a marina with a super convenient dinghy dock. We're surrounded by other cruising boats and a sailing school and Mediterranean monk seal. How cool is that?
I think he's killing it. Like, it looked red to me.
Wow.
It's like he's got a fish he's thrashing around. It's bigger. Look at that. It's huge. Look at that.
Either that or he's
Look.
got...
Are you getting this?
I'm filming it. And the old town here is absolutely beautiful. It definitely feels Italianate. Definitely see that Venetian Byzantine influence. Really cool. I'm so glad that we decided to pop here. These kids are terrified. Or maybe they're doing chase it.
Yeah, no, he's chasing it with all haste. They've resorted to paddling.
It's finally happened. The pirates are finally invading. I knew it was a real threat. I just didn't know it was gonna happen in Greece.
Listen to that motor idle. It's getting lower. Is it gonna die? Oh, it's not now. The real test.
Oh baby, oh baby. Woo!
Look at that.
Nice one. Date night. Woohoo!
Corfu is awesome, specifically the old town. There are beach vacation and party spots along the coast, and the old town gets a lot of visitors too, but it feels like it has retained its original essence. It's shabby chic with lots of history. It feels like Greece, Italy, and Turkey, and yet also unique. It is 8:48 a.m. marking the time. I am on my way to check out of Greece. This is the time of me leaving the boat. On the bright side, the dinghy motor is working reliably now. I finally fixed it. The throttle screw, not the idle screw, the throttle screw was way too far in, which was restricting flow, so it would run at highest revs, but not at low revs. It would just immediately die. So I finally fixed that, and the dinghy is back to working as it should, which is wonderful. All right, 8:53 and I'm on terra firma. Incredibly convenient dinghy dock situation here in Corfu. Now the walk begins. All right, it's now 9:45. I have arrived to the end of the port here behind me, where I think I've been shepherded to go, but I'm not sure it's the right place. It's got 2 Albania signs, but it's like for people who are taking the ferry over versus the administrative work I have to do. So, and it's closed, by the way, the office, and there are people just sitting outside. So I guess I'm gonna wait here, even though I think there's a pretty good chance they're gonna tell me to go somewhere else. 10:07, out of customs and passport after a wait, and then shuttled to the back office, and then a chat and some confusion, and got to go to port control first, which they actually were unable to point out to me where on Google Maps it was, but I am assured I'm heading in the right direction. So just got to find port control. I got to get a stamp there, and then I go back to customs and passport where I just was, and hopefully I'm in business. We'll see. Now I gotta find port control. 10:22, that was efficient, and now I'm getting somewhere. I had to go into the office that said not to Albania, but it was the Port Authority. I just can't go through customs and immigration there. So now I'm walking back to customs and immigration with the stamp that I have from Port Authority to do the customs and immigration stuff, and then I need to go back to the Port Authority again. But I'm on the path. .25 and the ball is rolling downhill now. We are done with immigrations. We are done with customs. I have to go back to Port Authority. The way I would describe this process is it kind of makes you feel like a child. Go here, sit here. If you're in the wrong place, it's your fault, not theirs. And you just, I will say, the world over, I've heard horror stories. Cruisers have complained about this, that, and the other thing. Just smile, say thank you, be patient. No matter what occurs, stick to that. Smile, say thank you, be patient. Because as inefficient as the process may be, you are in their world. And if you try to point out that inefficiency, or how you feel like it's not actually your fault that you're in the wrong place, it doesn't help your situation. I get the bureaucracy, I do. The port authorities have a really big task of trying to figure out what's coming into and out of their country. Us sailing yachts get caught up in that. And really, at the end of the day, they don't care all that much about us, but we still have to jump through the same hoops. 10:55, and I've got my final stamp from Greece. I am ready to go to Albania. A short trip across the channel and just a little bit north. A few hours, cost me $5, 5 euros, I should say. .30 and we're back in the dinghy heading out to scout. Could have been worse.
Thank you so much for watching, and join us next week as we head into the Adriatic.